Harbor Wildcat Stadium for your matchup tonight between the Hellstern Heroes and the Woodland Colts. Woodland starts on offense.
All right, welcome in to Harbor Wildcat Stadium in Springdale. 7th grade game tonight between Woodland and Hellstern. We will have the 8th grade game later tonight between Woodland and Central Junior High. Woodland's going to get the ball first. They're wearing their white jerseys tonight, blue pants, white helmets.
Waiting on the clock.
Hellstern's out there in their, they got a lot of colors going on. They got red uniforms, what do you call that, kind of an orangish yellow number?
Yes, orange, red, black, a little bit of everything. Yep. And they're one of the few schools that numbers-wise will match up with Woodland. I mean, they have enough kids that playing at Hellstern, they can field 3, maybe even 4 teams.
Yeah, very, very similar.
Well, the clock is stuck at 1, so I'm assuming we're not going to play 1-minute quarters. Though you never know in the 7th grade game. We've seen 8, we've seen 6. This would be a new one to see 1. Boy, it puts a lot of pressure on possessions, doesn't it, when you play 1-minute quarters?
There we go. Let's move now to 8.
Oh, we're going to play 8 minutes. Okay.
All right, Woodland comes out. First down. They'll be on offense first from the 30-yard line. Colts coming off a loss last week. On first down, they throw left side. Pass caught out to the 37-yard line. It was Nash Weissmiller on the reception. 7th graders, they rotate quarterbacks. Braden Carroll is the quarterback for this first possession for Woodland. Second down and 3. They've got to get to the 40-yard line. Carey hit from behind and taken down at the line of scrimmage. Was Drake Knock. It'll be third down.
Maybe got to the line of scrimmage, so a little tough start. I think the sun has peaked out. So it'll be, I thought it was supposed to cool off. It has been continuing to be warm.
Yeah. It might be like this into October if the last few years are any indication, into late October. Third down. First down yardage across the 40 out to the 45-yard line. Nice run that time by Landry Taylor. Taylor had the big game a week ago. He had 3 touchdown runs of 70, 77, and 90 yards on 3 carries.
Yeah, it was very impressive.
Had a 4th carry and he fumbled it away, and that was the kind of the decisive play that allowed. On first down, pass out left side across the 45 out to the 47. I'm blanking, Blair. Who was the 7th grade team we played last week?
It was a
Lakeside was
Lakeside,
the 8th grade. Sonora.
Sonora.
Yeah, Sonora.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that fumble late allowed Sonora to win that game. It was
24-20.
24-20. Both teams scored 3 touchdowns. The difference in the game was that Sonora
running back
had 3 2-point conversions, and Woodland was only 1 for 3 on its 2-pointers.
Yeah, they had that big running back that just pretty much scored every time he touched it.
Second down. Carroll looks right side. The pass is caught across the 45, makes a few defenders miss across midfield. The ball came out after he was down. They're going to call him down at the 48-yard line. It was Weston Bowerman on the reception. It'll be third down.
Good call. He was definitely down. Nice cut, too, to evade 3 defenders.
These players tonight will feed into Harbor High School. The players last week will feed into Springdale High. On third down, Taylor running left side. A flag comes out. He didn't get any yardage. Got back to the line of scrimmage. And it'll be fourth down and 3, but we've got to wait to see what the flag is.
Kind of an interesting spot.
It's a hold against Woodland. And it looks like they're going to accept the penalty and replay third down.
So that'll back the Colts up. Well, the Colts having to look straight into that sun on the other side.
Yep. A little bit of a reprieve. You get the press box blocking it from a portion of the field, but yeah, for most of them, they're going right into it.
Just like last week at Bulldog Stadium.
Third down, they need to get to the 45 of Hellstern. Carroll takes a low snap, being pressured, throws left side. Taylor breaks a tackle across the 40, but he won't break a second. It's out to the 41.
I think he lost a yard on that one. So that'll bring up fourth down. You would assume the Colts will punt, but sometimes you never know. Coach Crockett likes to roll the dice. It's going to be interesting. We're playing 8-minute quarters, Matt, with the warmth like this. It could be whoever's less fatigued at the end of the ball game.
Mm-hmm. So they will punt, and Hellstern will take over first down with 3:32 to play in the first quarter. Hellstern, the Heroes, that's their mascot.
Yep, their school located right behind us, actually.
Oh, yeah, right here. Yeah, no doubt. Of course, we're right behind Harbor High School.
Yeah, which is, it's as you might imagine, it's crazy in the mornings with all the traffic, and yet it's probably the worst place to get a cell signal.
First down from the 29-yard line. Hellstern with a run out across the 30. Still pushing the pile forward across the 35. Nice, strong run that time.
Well, we haven't seen too many teams just move it a pile like that against the Colts. First play.
Toby Johnson was the ball carrier that time for Hellstern. It'll be second down and 2. Bring a player in motion on second down. They'll give a jet sweep. Cuts back up the field. First down yardage across the 40. Across the 45. It's a big gain across midfield to the 40 of Woodland and knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Taylor had the tackle. There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, I think that's coming back.
Griffin Kelly was the ball carrier, but the flag is standing back at the 41-yard line. It's a block in the back against Hellstern, and you're right, that will come back.
You'll see them run a lot of the same stuff Harbor runs. You kind of tend to see that more and more now. Whatever the high school runs, that's what they'll run at junior high and middle school. And with good reason.
If you could see our view right now, it has got to be one of the prettiest views in Northwest Arkansas. As we see a second down flag come out. Sun starting to set over Springdale. Blair, we're what, maybe 3-4 floors up here?
Oh, at least 4 or 5. Got to be as high as we were last week, weren't we?
You can see all the way out to probably the U of A campus, which is, as the crow flies, probably 8-9 miles from here.
Yeah.
See the Children's Hospital over there. This area has really, really transformed.
Yes, it has.
Second down after the flag against Woodland. Breaks a tackle across the 40. This is first down yardage out to the 43-yard line. It was Guare Graham on the tackle, or I'm sorry, on the carry. Got it out to the 44-yard line. This field at Harbor is a really great story. For several years, it was just a practice field.
Yep.
They would practice out here, but they wouldn't play their games here. on first down. Ooh, he may have been taken down by a face mask.
Yeah.
Woodland came away with the ball. Taylor's got it.
He's got it, yeah. They're going to
Taylor's
give
got
it
it
to
at
him.
the 44-yard line. I'm going to tell you what, the Colts got away with the face mask, and
Big
that's what
time.
they're on the officials pretty hard about on the Hellstern side. But give credit to Taylor for just ripping the ball away and giving Woodland possession at the 44-yard line. 1:32 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, big break for the Colts there. Very fortunate. Get the turnover, but yeah, I'm with you. That was pretty obvious face mask. I'm really shocked the side judge didn't see that. But that's
Looked to me
the way
like
it
the
goes.
side judge might have been a yard or two behind.
Yeah, we
the
had a
ball
great
carrier.
view
We had
of
a
it
great view. I mean, it's
right there.
we're on the 44-yard line.
Yeah, and you probably saw it watching it at home too.
Yeah.
Braxton running our camera tonight, doing a great job. We appreciate his help.
All right, first down for Woodland. This will be McClure, the quarterback, Lawson McClure. He'll move Carey in motion. That's the running back. McClure throws right side. That pass is tipped and incomplete. He was looking for Owen Summerford. So Harbor practiced on this field for a number of years. I mean, we're talking, I think, 7-8 years.
Yes,
Before they finally got the funding to
build the stadium.
build the stadium around it, get the lights, the parking lot behind us, scoreboard. Second down, McClure gives it to Carey. Oh, what a hit. Oh, man. Carey taken down all the way back at the 49-yard line. That was a big-time hit by Alex Martin.
Man, he arrived right as the ball did.
Yes, he did.
Just not much you can do as a running back there except just hold on to the football.
25 seconds to play. It's third down and long for Woodland. 3rd and 16. They need to get to the 34-yard line. They give it to Taylor, and he's hitting the backfield. Martin again on the stop for Hellstern. Also back there was Gibson Green, and that should be how the first quarter comes to an end. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Woodland doesn't have to take another snap, and when they do, it'll be fourth down on the first play of the second quarter. It's scoreless in Springdale. We'll be back in just a minute. This is Woodland Colt football.
In this part of the country, it's a way of life. You're going about your day without a cloud in the sky, then suddenly you find yourself wondering how solid your home really is. With nearly 25 years of certified experience, let our team give you the same assurance on a stormy night that you feel on a clear afternoon. Before the downpour, before the leaks, call Foster Roofing, serving Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley since 1994.
Washington Regional Medical Center is proud to be named the #1 hospital in Arkansas by U.S. News and World Report. What does being #1 mean to us? It means always serving our patients with compassionate, high-quality care. It means being the best place to receive care and the best place for our team to give care. And it means continuously growing to meet the changing needs of our community. Washington Regional, nationally recognized care, here for you.
We're back in Springdale as we get ready to start the second quarter. Woodland and Hellstern are tied in a scoreless game. Woodland opted to give the ball back on fourth down, and so Hellstern will start with a 1st and 10 from its own 24-yard line. And we've got a whistle before the snap.
Most likely a false start. Boy, the Hellstern defense has been the story in the first quarter. They just, well, no, it's going to go against the Colts. Or are we on the wrong side of the field? We're on the wrong side of the field. The official caught it.
I think at that point, Blair, you just let him keep going.
Yeah, you've burned 8 seconds. I mean, oh well. But Hellstern, man, I mean, they have those last two plays by the Colts. They just blew up.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see that happen very often.
All right, so we switch side of the field, and now it's 1st and 10 from the Hellstern 24, and now we've got another whistle. Yeah, this time it is a flag. And that's going to be a false start against the Heroes. The sun has gone behind some clouds here. That's
Playing peekaboo with us.
Provided some relief for the Woodland parents who are sitting across the way. Also the Woodland players. It'll be first down and 15 after that penalty. Moves Hellstern back to the 19-yard line. It's a run across the 25 and out to the 27-yard line.
Boy, looked for a moment like he was going to get a big gain out of that, but the Colts were able to make him run side to side.
Trayson Reith with a gain of 8 yards. It is second down. Reith looking deep down the field. He's got a player, and he just threw it off of his fingertips. Griffin Kelly, the intended receiver, couldn't pull it in. Now it'll be third down.
Just a little bit overthrown. And the wind, you hear whipping around in the crowd, Mike.
Yeah, you can.
The flags on the scoreboard.
So I covered
swing.
Harbor for the morning news shortly after the high school opened here. And I'm going to tell you, before the press box was here, you would stand out here and you felt like you were on the prairie. The wind blows out here so strong, especially this time of afternoon. Third down. Hellstern needs to get to the 34-yard line. Reith running left side. He's got some pretty good yardage, and he's near the first down marker before he runs into Taylor.
I think he got a good spot.
I think
it
he's
looks
got
like.
forward progress to the 34. And even if he doesn't, he might go for it anyway.
Yeah, no, they're moving the chains. Yeah, this was beyond the edge of town way back when they built it, but it was smart that they did because unlike when we're at Springdale and everything is just jammed in there, there's a little room to breathe out here.
Yeah, there really is. Yeah, especially out here where they've got their athletic facilities built. It's a pretty sprawling complex. They run right side on first down across the 35 and tripped up by his own player.
Yeah, that was a break for the Colts there.
Graham on the carry that time. But to finish the thought from earlier, Blair, everything was kind of built in phases out here. The field house was the first thing that was built, and then they got the field, and then they got the indoor facility, and then finally they got the stadium. And it took about 10 years of program building before Harbor finally got to move into its own home stadium. And I know the people who've been around the program since it started are so happy about this. And they really appreciate it from those early years.
Oh, definitely having a place of their own to call home.
Kyler Moore on the tackle that time. Graham was the ball carrier. It's going to be third down. Hellstern back quickly to the line. They've got to get to the 44-yard line, and they've got it. Quick snap to get out to the 48 and move the chains.
They are just controlling the line of scrimmage, plain and simple, so far. Nothing fancy, just plowing straight ahead.
First down from the 48 of Hellstern. Nice cut right into Jackson Taylor, though. A big hit from Taylor. Got to wait to see who the ball carrier was. Taylor still hanging on top of him.
24.
William Croft on the run. Second down and 7. Looking right side, and that pass is caught.
Oh, wow, that's a nice catch.
Well, Reith overthrew him the first time, but that time he was able to connect with Griffin Kelly for a big gain. Gain of 17 to the 32-yard line.
That's enough for a Hellstern Hero first down.
We're having to look up the Hellstern roster because it got text. We got it in a text message like 1 minute before kickoff.
Throw right side again for Kelly. The pass is caught. Taylor takes him down. Also in on the tackle that time was Blake Johnson. Gain of 4 to the 28-yard line.
They're moving the ball pretty well.
First down, Reith runs left side across the 30, cuts upfield at the 25, across the 20, and down into the red zone. I think the ball came out, and Woodland has it. Woodland says they have the ball. The beanbags are on the field. And we're still waiting for a call. Hellstern got it.
Give it to him.
Yeah, Hellstern got it. They threw the beanbags. It was definitely a fumble, but the Heroes came up with it. About 3 or 4 Colts came up saying they had the ball. So Hellstern avoids its second turnover. And it has a first down inside the red zone. 3:39 to play before halftime. Hellstern makes a late substitution. There's no time left on the play clocks, but not sure if those were working beforehand anyway. Nobody seems too alarmed about it. First down, they give it up the middle, and a nice hard run that time by Toby Johnson. Several Colts in on the tackle. Looked like Micah McElroy might have been the first one to hit him. And now Woodland wants to take a timeout. Hellstern was running with some tempo. Colts take a timeout to slow him down with 2:55 to play before halftime.
Trayson Reith, the quarterback for Hellstern, his dad, Jerry Reith, you might remember, played offensive line for the Razorbacks. So, athletic background. It's been a while since I've seen him. Last time I saw him, I think he was maybe 2 feet tall.
Jerry Reith. Really good offensive lineman for the Razorbacks.
Yes. He can tell you a few stories about the good old days. Yeah, his daughter Aniston actually played football in junior high, but then gave it up before she got to high school.
Second down. They need to get to the 9-yard line. Reith is the quarterback. He throws right side. This is Graham across the 15, the 10, first down yardage, and it'll be first down and goal at the 8-yard line after a gain of 9.
Kind of wondered about that block out on the edge, the receiver holding up the defensive back, but the official looking right at it and deemed it was not holding.
See the Suns come back out, splashing down on the field now.
Well, we got the play clock working now.
First and goal from the 8. Wind continues to blow hard. Reith goes right side, doesn't get anything.
Nice tackle.
Taken down that time by Kyler Moore. It'll be second down and goal.
Nice play by Kyler.
Woodland has not had the ball in this quarter. This has been a drive that has taken now over 6 minutes off the clock.
It's a drive more befitting of Gerald Williams Stadium than Wildcat Stadium.
A little bit.
He would appreciate that.
Colts should get the ball in this quarter, but we don't have very much time to do anything. Second down, Reith running right side, runs into a defender, and it'll be third down after a gain of a yard or 2.
Well, the defense is doing a good job now of
Leighton Sheffield on the tackle.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. They're not getting as big a push as they get closer to the goal line as they were further out.
Third and goal from the 6. Hellstern taking its time. In fact, I thought they might take a timeout, but now they hurry to the line with 5 on the play clock. Reith with an empty backfield. 2 receivers to either side. He'll keep it himself. Runs right. Breaks a couple of tackles. Gets toward the goal line, and he is in. Touchdown for Hellstern. Reith goes in from 6 yards out. And with 47 seconds to play in the first half, the Heroes are on the board first.
Pretty impressive drive by Hellstern. Well, did we have? Yeah, there's a hold on. There's a flag on the play,
On the far
Matt.
side. You're right.
Oh. So that wipes out the touchdown, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
Wow, that changes things.
It was an illegal procedure against Hellstern. Now the clock continues to run. We'll be inside of 40 seconds when they take a snap.
And now it's 3rd and goal from the 12. Or the 11.
Yeah, the 11-yard line. 3rd and goal. Reith throws right side. That pass is intercepted.
Wow.
Going to be taken out of the end zone, back across the 10, and then hit hard at the 14-yard line. It was Will Dennis with the interception off the deflection.
Good awareness.
How about that? He was trying to find Kelly, who made the great catch earlier in the drive. It went off Kelly's hand and right into the hand of Dennis. And so Woodland takes over with 24 seconds to play in the quarter after a 7-minute and 36-second drive for Hellstern that yields no points.
Well, can the Colts unleash a one-play scoring drive? We've seen them do it before.
Yeah, where's Landry Taylor?
Yeah.
He's been their home run hitter. I don't know if he's on the field here, Blair.
I don't think I see him, Matt. Unless they've got him hidden like they did last week.
Carroll's the quarterback. There's 9 on the clock as he takes it. And it looked like there might have been some confusion. He keeps it, runs across the 15. And that'll be the final play of the half. All right, well.
Yeah, I think
Our
that was the
score-
busted play.
Our score after 2 quarters may be a little surprising, but it is Woodland 0 and Hellstern 0. We'll take a quick break for halftime, and we'll be back in a few minutes. This is Woodland Colt Football. We're back in Springdale, start of the second half. Hellstern's got the ball first. It seems like they've had the ball just about the entire game. Graham with the reception on first down, gets out to the 38-yard line, and it'll be second down and 2.
Yeah, they have. They've just dominated the time of possession.
Hellstern had a 7-minute and 36-second drive. They came away without points at the end of the first half. Graham with the carry, first down across the 40 to the 43-yard line.
So really the Colts have, had one possession? I mean, you had the one play right before halftime, but is that right? Just the one possession or maybe two?
I think that was their third on that play right before half. Because they've been able to get both quarterbacks in the
That's
game.
right, yeah.
First down. Hellstern from the 43-yard line and a flag, and this should move them back 5 yards.
Yeah, the referees don't have mics in junior high, or at least not the 7th grade game. Apologize for not having the clock on the scoreboard. Our clock camera was malfunctioning today.
First and 15 here for Hellstern. They're back at the 38-yard line. Reith will carry it himself and runs into some Woodland defenders after a gain of 2, maybe 3-yard line, or 3 yards on the run. Nash Weissmiller on the tackle that time. It'll be second down and long.
Okay, second down. For some reason, I thought it was third.
Second down. Reith keeps it himself across the 45, gets out toward midfield. They'll take him down on the Hellstern side of the field at the 49-yard line. It'll be third down. On the tackle that time was Weston Bowerman. It'll be third down and 4. Oh, look at this. That was just
holy cow.
Total miscommunication. They took Woodland's defense off balance, I guess you will. Off guard.
Yeah.
5-yard carry that time for Reith out to the 46-yard line. It was Taylor on the tackle, but it will be first down for the Heroes.
Yeah, they are not wasting a lot of time.
Reith is in the shotgun, stands right in the middle of that midfield logo. They give it to Graham, runs right side. Taylor's got a hold of him, pulls him down after a gain of 3. Jackson Taylor is all over the field. You know, and for as good as he is as a running back player, he's a pretty good defender.
Yes, he is.
And you see that a lot this time of football players' careers. You see a lot of really good two-way players. You don't see that quite so much at the high school level. They throw left side, that passes in, complete, and it'll be third down.
Though we are starting to see a little more of it, though. Like Coach Casey told us last week, the Bulldogs will have some guys going both ways as the season moves along. It's almost like it's gotten back to coaches want their best player on the best athletes on the field at all times now.
Mm-hmm. Third down, they'll run a jet sweep. This is Graham trying to get wide, right side, gets across the 40, but he's going to be taken down short of the first down yardage. Bowerman was in on the tackle, also Braden Carroll. And now it's decision time for Hellstern. Fourth down and 3 from the 39-yard line. Got to believe they'll go for it. 4:50 to go third quarter.
Yeah, you would think that they would roll the dice here. I mean, we're almost to the halfway point of the third quarter.
These games go fast. Fourth down. They've got to get to the 36-yard line. Reith, quarterback carry all the way, and this is close. This is really close. He was hit in the backfield and then pulled the defender with him for a yard or two. It was Logan Farber on the tackle, and this is really close.
From the way they walked up to the spot, it's not a first down, but
I think they're going to have to measure, Blair.
yeah. The Hellstern coach is sure think they've got it.
The marker's between the 36 and the 37-yard line, closer to the 36. And the ball's between the 36 and the 37-yard line, about halfway. If I'm eyeballing this, it's either a first down by the nose of the ball or it's going to be Woodland ball.
I think he's short. Yeah.
Yeah, he's short. It's Woodland's football.
By the length of a football.
Yep.
If not a little less.
I mean, it was close. Like I said, the chains were closer to the 36-yard line, and the ball was maybe slightly closer to the 37.
Yep.
Great tackle and stop that time by Farber, but really, you got to give some credit to Jax Tidwell, too. He's the one who kind of slowed him down initially.
It's amazing. It's a game of inches, is it not? And just a fraction of a second later with contact, he probably gets the first down. So the Colts with some momentum now.
.426 to go, third quarter. Woodland takes over first down and 10. The Colts are at almost their 37-yard line. 3 receivers to the right side. This is McClure will be the quarterback on this possession. Throws right side. The pass is caught at the 40 and taken down at the 43-yard line. It was Summerford on the reception, and it'll be second down after a gain of close to 7 yards. They'll mark it at the 44.
Nice pickup. Used Taylor as a decoy that time.
The sun is beginning to set fully over Wildcat Stadium. By that I mean we're pass deep is incomplete. He was looking for Summerford. By that I mean the shadows are getting long. Especially that press box shadow now that's covering up about 30 yards of the field.
Yeah, extending all the way almost to the stands on the other side.
It's been my experience out here, Blair, that when the sun finally does go down, the wind will die down.
Yes.
A little bit. Third down and 3. McClure, the quarterback, they need to get to the 47-yard line. He lets the snap get by him, and the flag comes out at the end. He gets back to the 43.
It's not a good play for the Colts there.
I think they're waiting for word from Hellstern whether or not they want to accept the penalty. It looks pretty clear like it's on the Colts. And it looks like they are going to take a holding penalty.
Yeah, back them up.
That's twice we've seen Hellstern do this. It would be fourth down without the penalty, but they would rather have a third and long.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy.
This moves the ball back to the 33-yard line. It'll make it third down and 14 for Woodland. Colts need to get to the 47, their own 47. 3:16 to play, third quarter. McClure throws right side. The pass is caught. Hellstern plays this well, though, and there's not much there. Maybe a half yard on the reception. And it'll be fourth down. McClure threw it complete to Kyler Moore.
And just not a lot he could do. Hellstern does a nice job of swarming to the ball, a lot like the Colts do on defense.
Blair, am I wrong that these two teams played to a 6-0 game last year?
That seems
maybe it was Woodland and
about right.
Central in their game was 6-0.
Yeah, these are usually pretty low-scoring, even matchups.
Woodland gives the ball back. So they'll mark 30 yards off, stop the clock with 2:36 to play in the third quarter.
We can end in a tie, correct?
Yeah, I don't think they've got overtime rules for.
Didn't we have a tie
junior
last
high.
year? Or maybe it was 2 years ago. I think
Yeah,
we had a tie at some point. Nobody was really sure what to do.
I don't remember a tie last year.
It must have been 2 years ago then. Because I remember at some point there was a tie, and the question was, well, what now?
It's not impossible, but it seems hard to have ties whenever you've got the mandatory 2-point conversion. But then again, somebody's got to score.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing. Well, it's just rare anymore. Football's turned into a high-scoring sport.
It'll be first down for Hellstern from its own 37-yard line. Graham with the carry, runs up the middle, and he's going to be taken down after a gain of 2 yards. Braxton Lawrence on the tackle that time. A correction, that was Camden Newby on the tackle. It'll be second down and 8.
Of course, the Colts playing a lot of players tonight.
From the 39-yard line, they empty the backfield, throw right side. The pass is caught, but there's not much there. A gain of 2 that time, and it'll bring up third down. Woodland played that nicely.
Mr. Sheffield with the tackle, wrapping him up.
It was Griffin Kelly with the reception. Third down and 6. He to the 47-yard line. Reith looking right side, and that pass is incomplete. He had a receiver open, but he threw it over the hands of Grayson Despot, and now it's fourth down. Might be the first 3 and out we've seen tonight for Hellstern.
Yes, and that's if they, I think they're going to go for it, Matt. Keeping their offense out there. Well, no, now they've fought it over, and they're going to elect the punt.
Thought you'd see a field position game.
Yeah.
In 7th grade.
Hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. This game might come down to the first team that takes a gamble.
Yeah, I would be surprised. Well,
Hellstern went for it on fourth down, but that was on the Woodland side of the field.
yeah. In the fourth quarter, same situation. I would imagine they probably go for it, and I would imagine Coach Crockett would do the same thing.
Just a little over 9 minutes remaining. Minute 17 to go in the third quarter.
Good crowd on hand, too.
Yeah, it's a very large crowd, especially on the home side. Of course, Woodland brought a lot of people up
Yes,
as well.
they did. Good to see.
Even see a few rows of Woodland students over there.
Yeah.
All right, first down for the Colts from their own 28. Clock begins to run. Minute 1 to go in the third quarter. Carroll is the quarterback again. He'll give it to Taylor. Tries to run right side. Flags come out. Taylor breaks some tackles across the 30. It gets out to the 34-yard line, but I think this will come back.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're right.
Thrown in the middle of the field, it's usually going to be a block in the back or a hold. And it is a hold against Colts.
Just really haven't been able to get a rhythm going on offense.
Hellstern hasn't been able to either for the most part, with the exception of that long drive where the Heroes came away without points. They scored a touchdown on that drive but had it overturned. First and long, Carroll keeps it, and he's going to be tripped up from behind. And it'll bring up a second and very long back at the 16-yard line.
Did he actually lose a yard on that one?
Like Will Shepard was in on the tackle that time. The line to gain is the 38-yard line. This will be snapped from the 14-yard line, so we're looking at second down and 24. 18 seconds to play in the quarter. 3 receivers to the right side. Carroll throws that way. The pass one hops off the turf, and it'll be third down. He was looking for Owen Summerford. Clock stops on the incompletion. There are 10 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Unfortunate that was a forward pass, too. Or that could have been trouble.
Third down and 24 yards to go. Carroll throwing right side, and that pass goes off the hands of the intended receiver. He was looking for Braxton Lawrence. And now this will be fourth down for Woodland, and you've got to believe they're going to get the ball back. 6 seconds to play in the third quarter. They start the clock, and that will be the end of the third quarter. 8 minutes remaining, and Hellstern will have great field position when it takes over at the 44-yard line at the start of the fourth quarter. This is Woodland Colt football.
In this part of the country, it's a way of life. You're going about your day without a cloud in the sky. Then suddenly, you find yourself wondering how solid your home really is. With nearly 25 years of certified experience, let our team give you the same assurance on a stormy night that you feel on a clear afternoon. Before the downpour, before the leaks, call Foster Roofing, serving Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley since 1994.
Washington Regional Medical Center is proud to be named the #1 hospital in Arkansas by U.S. News and World Report. What does being #1 mean to us? It means always serving our patients with compassionate, high-quality care. It means being the best place to receive care and the best place for our team to give care. And it means continuously growing to meet the changing needs of our community. Washington Regional, nationally recognized care, here for you.
We start the fourth quarter here in Springdale. A first down run for Hellstern gets out across the 40-yard line, and it will bring up a second down. The Heroes start this drive on the Woodland side of the field. Toby Johnson on that last carry. Hellstern gets up to the line quickly.
Flags.
There is a flag over in front of the Woodland bench.
There's a quick flag, too.
It's a false start against Hellstern, and that will move them back 5 yards. Negates the first down run, basically.
Yeah.
So it'll be second down and 10 from the 44. 7:33 to play in the fourth quarter. Woodland and Hellstern are scoreless, but the Heroes have got the ball on the Woodland side of the field. Reith brings a player in motion. Reith is going to keep it running left side. He's got some blockers in front of him, gets across the 40, and gets pulled down by Taylor at the 36-yard line. It'll be third down and 2. No Fayetteville High game this week. Purple Dogs are off. They'll return next Friday night for a game against Bentonville West up in Centerton. Third down. They give it left side. He runs into Taylor, but he's got first down yardage and then some across the 30. Nice hard run. That time it was Toby Johnson again on the carry. A gain of 6. That'll move the chains. 6:34 to play. Clock stops momentarily.
It hadn't been a game of big plays, just little chunks. Moving the clock. So with the Friday off, what are you going to do with yourself?
Oh, I don't know. I might sleep.
It'd be weird not going to a stadium watching a game.
Yeah. Reith gives it to Graham on first down, runs up the middle, falls forward for a few yards. Logan Farber on the tackle. I think Harbor plays tomorrow night, am I right?
Yes, they host Northside.
Yeah, that's right.
That should be a pretty entertaining game.
Called a Harbor Northside game here one time in the rain. It was a cold night, too. Reith runs left side, gets up across the 25. Taylor takes him down at the 24-yard line. It'll be third down and about 4 yards.
That's when you're glad the press box is inside.
That's right. We actually called that game from right next door, though, because we were outside.
Oh, you were in the camera well.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
But we were back deep enough that we didn't get wet. Yeah, that was one of those nights. Here as Reith gives it up the middle, and it's going to be close to first down yardage for Toby Johnson. I think he's got it to the 20. They move the chains and stop the clock momentarily. 5:06 to play. It's one of those nights, you know, you always have that night in the fall when you know fall is here. Reith with the quick snap, a flag comes out.
Yeah, I think they got Woodland for too many men on the field. They were trying to run 3 guys on and 3 off, and the 3 coming off, and did not even make it to the sideline when the ball was snapped.
Reith got 5 yards on the play, but I believe Hellstern, if that is a participation penalty, will take the penalty and give themselves a 1st and 5.
And you would think that, I mean, every other level they hold it when they make a substitution, or I guess if the offense has to make a substitution, then they'll hold it for the defense, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, as fast as offenses run,
Well, you have to give the defense a chance.
what I was going to say is as fast as the offenses snap the ball now, it's playing with fire if you try to make a substitution and the offense doesn't. Reith on 1st and 5. Gives it up the middle, and Johnson's hit after a gain of a yard. Looked like Weissmiller might have been the first one there. Tyler Clark also won the tackle. 2nd down and 4. Clock continues to run. 4:33 to play, 4th quarter. Hellstern has held this ball for almost the entire game, it feels like. Reith running left side, gets across the 10, and he's going to have a 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Woodland had a player break through the line, but Reith just ran right by him. And now it's 1st and goal. 2nd time Hellstern's had a 1st and goal to go. Last time they threw an interception in the end zone, Blair. The way they're running the ball, I don't know that you'll see them put it in the air here.
No, you keep going with what got you down here.
There's a squirrel on the field.
Oh, is that what we're waiting on?
Yep.
Oh, yep, there he is.
He's at the 5, and he's in.
He scored.
Yep.
He's the first one to reach the end zone tonight.
First touchdown of the game. He runs underneath the Harbor Band bleachers.
Wow. Well, let's hope the squirrel is a good omen for the Colts.
Reith on misdirection gets up to the 1-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from there. Looks like Hellstern's wanting to take a little bit of time off in between these plays. Affect that clock as much as it can. 3.5 minutes to play.
And you wonder if by doing that they kind of get out of the rhythm they've built going quickly, and
Woodland takes a timeout.
Yep.
All right, we'll take a quick one too. 3:20 to play, 4th quarter. It's scoreless, but Hellstern's at the 1. This is Woodland Gold Football. .320 to play. Hellstern's got a 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line, and they're in. Quarterback keeper, Reith goes in from a yard out. And the Heroes, with 3:13 to play in the 4th quarter, are on the board first. They take a 6-0 lead.
They have just bled the clock dry. Not big plays, but just little chunks, and it's added up. Now this could be big.
Reith will keep it again on the 2-point try, and this time Woodland knocks him backward. Although they let the play keep going, and he goes
cow. Wow.
Wow, I thought they were going to blow that play dead for sure.
Yeah, it seemed like progress had stopped.
All right.
Yeah.
So Woodland knows what it's got to do. They've got to score a touchdown and hit a 2-pointer. And I'm not sure, Blair, they had a first down tonight?
It's a good question.
If they have, it's only
been very
one.
few, yes.
Yeah, I mean, they've not been able to move the ball very effectively at all.
Yeah, it's been very uncharacteristic of what we've seen the previous 2 ball games.
8th grade Colts are out on the field. They're warming up. They'll play Central tonight in the second game. Of course, if you were with us last week, you heard us mention why in Springdale you play 2 different schools. It's different than any of the other school districts in Northwest Arkansas because of 7th graders being in a middle school and 8th graders being in junior high.
Yeah.
3 receivers right side. There's a flag, and this is going to be a procedure penalty, I think.
I think they're the only ones that still do it, right?
Yep. It is a false start against Woodland. Yeah, this is Fayetteville, Rogers, and Bentonville. Anytime Woodland plays a team from any of those 3 school districts, whether it be Ramey or Washington or Oakdale, you're going to play the same team in the 7th and 8th grade games, same school.
Yeah.
McClure throws, that pass is intercepted.
Oh, no.
He just threw it up, and Reith was back there playing safety. That was an easy catch for him at the 38-yard line. Blake Johnson was the intended receiver. He made the tackle, and now Hellstern's got the ball with 2:37 to play, and Woodland only has 1 timeout remaining.
Need a turnover. Pure and simple. It gives us a chance to thank our sponsors: Centennial Bank, Mellow Mushroom, Catering Unlimited, Feltner Brothers, Eagle Bank, Chick-fil-A, Jarrett Sock Company, and Signature Bank. Thank you so much for your sponsorship of Colt football.
First down for Hellstern. Clock runs, 2:18 to play. The Heroes lead 8-0, and they are a first down away from clinching it, and they got to take a timeout now with 2:10 to go. We'll take a quick one, too. It's Hellstern 8, Woodland nothing. This is Woodland Colt football. First and 10 upcoming for Hellstern. First and 10 here with 2:04, 2:03 clock runs. Clock is not the friend of the Woodland Colts right now.
No, now what are we stopping it for? Oh, they're going to put some time back up, I think. 2 minutes? 2:08.
That'll help.
Yeah. Well, 2080, that'd work too. And still some confusion for Hellstern on who's supposed to be on the field and who's not. Well, they just ran 5. Okay, they ran 5 seconds off, and now they'll. I don't know what's going on. 6 on the play clock. It's frozen. Who knows? Just need a turnover, though.
First down, Reith runs, and oh my goodness, what a takedown by Taylor. Reith gets up to the 36-yard line. Clock continues to run, minute 52 to play.
Has Hellstern had a drive that was less than 5 minutes?
I think they had one, but not very many. Yeah,
it was a long time ago, wasn't it?
They've held the ball for basically the whole game. I mean,
the last 2 have bled the clock.
Woodland has taken probably fewer than 15 offensive snaps tonight.
Oh, easily. I'm curious what the play total numbers are.
I'm not sure if they have a first down. If they did, it was in the first quarter. Johnson taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Another big hit.
It was Kyler Moore on the tackle. And that'll bring up third down. Minute 5 to play. Clock continues to run.
Kind of surprised Woodland's not taking a timeout, Matt. Stop the clock. At least give the offense.
They've only got one timeout left.
Yeah, okay. So they got to be conservative with it.
Hellstern can run this down to about 40 seconds before they take a snap. They're inside of 5 on the play clock. 2 seconds, 1 second on the play clock. And they didn't get off, but there's no flags.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I mean, that
they
was
run left side across the 30, and that's going to be first down yardage, and that's going to do it.
Yeah, that was a good.
That should have been a delay of game, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Wow, what's the point of the play clock if you're not even going to look at it?
That's it. They don't have to take another snap. The play clock and the game clock are synced up perfectly. And Hellstern is going to be able to leave its home field happy tonight with an 8-0 win over the Woodland Colts. It was a good defensive performance for Woodland. They kind of bent but didn't break until the very end. A touchdown by Hellstern with just over 3 minutes to go. And the final score is Hellstern 8, Woodland nothing. The 8th graders are on the field, and we'll be back in just a little bit for the start of the 8th grade game between Woodland and Central.
Just about ready for the 8th grade game to get underway. The Colts will be kicking off to the Warriors. Matt here, the roster's right here behind you. Broderick Green, the former Razorback, the head coach for Central.
Yeah, he stands out. He's a lot bigger than the rest of the players.
Yes.
All right, that kickoff's going to be returned and taken down at about the 30-yard line. Woodland wearing its all-white uniforms tonight with those white helmets with the blue decal. Central tonight in those blue jerseys, blue pants, blue tops. They've got a yellow trim and yellow numbers. White helmets with the C on the side. Look like the Little Rock Central C.
Yes.
All right, first down for Central. They start from the 38-yard line. Their quarterback is in a shotgun formation. A flag comes out, 2 flags actually.
Boy, he got a good spot on that, despite the flag.
Yeah, Titus Kramer is the quarterback for Central.
Motion.
The scoreboard has still got the wrong score.
Yeah, they haven't changed that.
Yeah, it says 8-0. They're trying to get that done now. They've got an eager public address announcer here. You're probably going to hear him on our broadcast.
Yeah.
He's the type that likes to give play-by-play while the game's still going. Kramer's the quarterback. He gives it up in the middle. Big hit that time by Woodland. On the carry was Jake Adams. It was Boston Turner with the hit. And it'll be second down. They do get the scoreboard corrected. Adams again runs right into Turner again. Those two are on a collision course tonight, Blair.
Yes, they are.
It'll be third down. Well, if you weren't with us for the 7th grade game, we mentioned at the start of it how just really pretty this view is from up top.
Yeah, you see the lights over at our best ballpark.
Yep, I was just looking at that, yeah.
So they wrap up their season.
Yeah, it's going to be coming to a close really soon, right?
Yeah, I think they have 2 more games after tonight.
Kramer on third down, rolls to his right, being pursued. Now just lofts it up, and he overthrows the intended receiver. Maddox Jones was the intended receiver. And now to be fourth down for Central, 4th down and 8. The Warriors need to get to the 40-yard line, and I believe they're going to punt the ball away.
You would think. Sometimes you never know, though.
Great facility out here at Harbor. Punt is going to bounce. Brody Jones has to get away from it. He kind of overran it. The ball was bounding toward the sideline, and then as footballs do, you never quite know where they're going to go next, and kind of went back toward the middle of the field. He had to let it go. It'll be down at the 46-yard line, and that's where Woodland will start first down with 6:09 to go in the first quarter.
Colts coming in 2-0, defeated Oakdale 42-8, and last week defeating Lakeside 35-0. Again, apologize for the audio problems we had last week. The computer was acting up, but knock on wood, everything's going well so far.
First down for Woodland. They run across the 50-yard line into Central Territory. That was a nice carry that time by Charlie Garton. Garton and Kilpatrick, if you haven't watched this team, that's the combination that has really carried these guys offensively for the last couple of years, going back to when they were 7th graders. Kilpatrick, the quarterback. Garton is the running back. They give it to Garton again. Get a little stutter step across the 40. He's got the first down out to the 38-yard line.
Good push by the offensive line. Makes it easy for the running back to just follow the white jerseys.
They'll give it this time. Griffin Mikish gets down near the 35-yard line. It'll be second down and 7.
Just couldn't quite make it around his blockers. Central playing that 3-4. They're crashing everybody.
It'll be second down and 7 for Woodland. From the Central 35-yard line. Patrick throws right side. That pass is caught across the 25 and down near the 20. Cole Mobley on the reception. First down yardage. And the Colts are knocking on the door of the red zone.
Well, they are clicking early on, aren't they?
Started a little slow last week at Woodland, but then they kind of hit their stride in the second quarter against Lakeside. Here's Garton, runs right side across the 20. Nice stiff arm and then falls forward near the 15.
He's really good with that stiff arm. Second time we've seen him unleash it tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a very good runner.
Looks like he's showing a little bit more power this year, too.
Yes.
Second down. Nice opening drive here for Woodland. Kilpatrick gives it to Garton again. Look at that cut across the 10. Garton back to the 5. Touchdown. That was nice. Charlie Garton goes in from 15 yards out. Blair, he made 2 incredible cuts. The first one to the left, the second one back to the right, and then he darted to the corner of the end zone.
He is just so much fun to watch. And a good job by the offensive line to open a hole and just let him do his thing.
Emerson Early's extra point is good, and so with 3:50 to play in the first quarter, Woodland has taken a 7-0 lead. This is Woodland Colt football.
In this part of the country, it's a way of life. You're going about your day without a cloud in the sky. Then suddenly, you find yourself wondering how solid your home really is. With nearly 25 years of certified experience, let our team give you the same assurance on a stormy night that you feel on a clear afternoon. Before the downpour, before the leaks, call Foster Roofing, serving Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley since 1994.
Washington Regional Medical Center is proud to be named the #1 hospital in Arkansas by U.S. News and World Report. What does being #1 mean to us? It means always serving our patients with compassionate, high-quality care. It means being the best place to receive care and the best place for our team to give care. And it means continuously growing to meet the changing needs of our community. Washington Regional, nationally recognized care, here for you.
Back in Springdale, Woodland leads Central 7-0. After a beautiful 15-yard touchdown run by Charlie Garton. Squib kick taken off the bounce at the 25-yard line, out across the 30, 35, and to the 36-yard line, and that's where Central will start first and 10 on the return that time, Austin Sandoval.
Really nice opening drive for the Colts, and Charlie with 3 really nice runs. Well, unlike the 7th grade game, scoring right out of the chute, we had to almost wait till the end of the 7th grade game as The Colts came up on the short end of an 8-0 score to Hellstern.
So first down from the 36-yard line. They run up the middle, and there's nothing there. Boston Turner was in on the stop. Also on the tackle that time for Woodland was Joe Thomas. It'll be a gain of, well, no gain, back to the 36. And it's second down and 10. 3:03 to go in the first quarter. This time, the quarterback keeps it himself, Kramer, and he runs right into Boston Turner, who is having an incredible first quarter. Turner hit him first. Noah Young finished him off. It's 3rd and long.
Yeah. They are just crashing and owning the line of scrimmage to start out.
Third down, 9 yards to go. They've got to get to the 41-yard line. Kramer being pursued, now throws, and that pass is incomplete, almost intercepted. LeBlanc was in on the pressure, and it went off a couple of different players' hands. The best chance was Jordan Logue, and he just couldn't come up with it as he fell to the ground. It'll be 4th down.
So another good defensive series from the Colts. And looks like the offense is going to get good field position again.
Well, they were going to run a fake punt, Blair, and the receivers on the right side took off too early.
Yeah, I kind of wondered when something was up when the guy back to punt is motioning people to get in certain positions. That's always kind of a tip-off.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to run the fake punt now, and Woodland may bring the return men back up closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just to be safe.
It's a high snap. They will punt it away. This is Renner Jester. It takes a Woodland roll at the end. It comes back to the 43-yard line. It'll be down there by Kramer, and that's where the Colts will start with 2:11 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, that one came back about 5 yards from where it originally hit. So again, the Colts, pretty good field position, looked very good on that opening drive. Good crowd on hand tonight. The big one next week, Ramey at Harmon Field.
That's a home game for Woodland, even
First
though
one of the year.
Both teams use Harmon.
Yeah.
Last year Woodland only had to leave Harmon Field, I think, maybe 3 times?
Yep.
Because they were the visitor team against Ramey. Kilpatrick keeps it himself, runs right side across the 45, and he runs right into the defender. And he's going to be taken down at the 48. Looked like Kilpatrick might have missed his cut there, Blair. I thought he had more room if he would have turned upfield.
Yeah, it was almost like he was expecting the defender to go a different way than what he did. Well, let's get that fixed.
Sammy Hinsey was in on the tackle that time. After a gain of 5, it's second down and 5 for Woodland. Clock runs inside of a minute and a half to play in the first quarter. They give it to Griffin Mikic up the middle. And he gets some tough yards up to midfield. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Good hard run, picked up a couple. No one huddles anymore, do they?
I don't think so. No. 3rd and 3, 3 receivers left side for Kilpatrick. He throws. This is Garton as they set up a screen. He broke a tackle, but he was taken down from behind. He's going to be short of the first down yard. He's got a really bad spot, I think, Blair. I thought he got up to about the 48-yard line. They're going to mark him back at midfield.
Holy cow. Yeah, I thought he'd gotten across the 50. So that's going to A long 3.
Yeah, it's 4th down and 3. And
Colts take a timeout.
no, I think there's a player with blood on his jersey.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, they're going to take Griffin Micah out and check on him. It's either maybe a helmet issue.
Okay, so now they got to run Central back out on the field. They thought it was going to be a timeout.
4th down.
Quick snap here. He might get him out of position.
Woodland's got its offense on the field. Kilpatrick is in the pistol, with Garton standing behind him. 19 seconds to go in the first quarter. They run a hard count. They don't have to take a snap here before the end of the quarter if they don't want to, but they take a timeout. Well, they had a free timeout coming in 13 seconds, so that's an interesting decision.
Yeah. Coach Crockett obviously saw something he didn't like. It looks like maybe he's decided. Has he decided to punt? They've had a change out of personnel in the huddle he's having. It looks like they're going to punt, Matt.
It's not too big of a change. They've got Kilpatrick. He's their punter. And he's standing back inside of the 40. I wonder if this might have had something to do with the wind.
Well, that's quite possible.
The wind will change at the end of the quarter. Kilpatrick stands back inside the 40. Punts it away. And Central won't get a return. It takes a Central bounce all the way back to the 33-yard line. Clock stops with 9 seconds to play in the quarter. Just 4 seconds came off the clock on that punt.
And that one backed up just like it did for Central. It's kind of unusual. Hard to tell which way the wind's just kind of swirling around right now.
Clock starts, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Can Central get a playoff? And I don't think they will. Nope, that's it. That's the end of the quarter, with Woodland leading Central 7-0. Back in just a moment. This is Woodland Colt Football. Back in Springdale. And we've got motion as Central trying to get off this first down play.
Or did you pick it up?
Penalty on the play.
Okay. No, I guess they just picked it up.
I guess they did, yeah. Maybe
Wow.
they didn't know who moved. Both sides moved.
Yeah.
First down. High snap. They give it left side, and Derek LeBlanc with a nice takedown. That defensive lineman who's playing up, we believe, because he played with the 7th grade team at the start of the year. With a takedown in the backfield. Loss of 2, it'll be second down. He's really been a joy to watch through these first few games. Blair had a wonderful night against Oakdale in both the 7th and 8th grade games. Just played 8th grade last week over at Springdale High, and only playing 8th grade again tonight. Kramer, and I don't think he knew where his running back was supposed to be, runs right into a bunch of Woodland defenders back at the 29-yard line. He turned left to hand it off, and his running back wasn't anywhere in the neighborhood.
No, he was not. He was like, oh no, what do I do now?
Noah Young, Boston Turner in on that tackle with a couple of other Colts. It'll be 3rd down and long. 3rd and 14. They need to get to the 43-yard line. Clock runs. 6:46 to play. Second quarter. Woodland leading Central 7-0. Charlie Garton ran for a touchdown on the Colts' first drive. Central's had to punt it away twice. Kramer being pressured, throws deep down the field, and this one's intercepted. Mobley with the interception at the 46, back across midfield to the 45. A flag comes out at the end of the play. This is going to be after the interception. He's marked out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
A couple flags, actually, and the Central player was down momentarily. And away from the return of the interception at that.
As it stands right now, it's a 17-yard interception return. Woodland's going to retain the ball, but they might have some penalty yardage marked off here. We've got to wait and see what the flags are for. It's going to be a block in the back against the Colts, and so that'll push them back closer to midfield.
It's a shame because that was not necessary because it was not near the return.
No, it was not. And Mobley was giving himself up. He was running out of bounds. So that'll cost Woodland 10 yards, and it will give the Colts first down, though, at the 46-yard line at Central. I see Chris Wood, the Harbor coach, standing in the end zone that Woodland is moving toward. That ball's on the turf, and Central's got it. Well, you don't see Kilpatrick make too many mistakes, but that time, Blair, it hit the turf, and he still tried to complete the handoff to Garton. Lopez recovered it for Central, and now the Warriors have got first down near midfield.
Yeah, it was just not a – he didn't quite have it, and his running back had already passed him, and just, those things happen. And his Central's called a timeout. It's kind of interesting. Right off a turnover like that, take a timeout. Maybe just to give their offense a little bit of more rest. I don't know. The Colt defense has been very impressive early on.
Clock is stopped, 6:04 to play before halftime. When play resumes, Central's going to have a first down at its own 48-yard line. Woodland moved the ball so well in that first possession, you thought they might run up and down the field against Central tonight, and then last possession ended in a 3-and-out.
And a turnover.
Then a turnover in one play, yeah. Of course, I don't think Central has a first down either.
No, they do not.
Kramer's in the shotgun here on first down for the Warriors. As they start from their 48-yard line, runs left side. He's got room. There's that first down across the 40. He's still running across the 35, all the way down to the Woodland 30-yard line.
That was a designed run the whole way.
22-yard gain that time for Kramer, the quarterback. Clock stops while they move the chains. 5:54 to play before halftime. And now we've got a whistle before the snap. And I think somebody's called another timeout. And it's a timeout for Central. We'll take one, too. 5:51 to play before halftime. It's 7-0 Woodland. This is Colt football. The lights have come on. I don't know that I really realized they weren't playing without lights until they just popped on and got a little bit lighter out on the field. First down for Central. They're at the 30-yard line of Woodland. And Kramer's hitting the backfield. Derek LeBlanc got a hold of him and took him down.
Kramer fumbled the snap originally and just didn't manage to get it back, but there wasn't anywhere to go. Colts all around him. They are really doing a great job on the line of scrimmage.
Second and 15. Kramer. That ball's on the turf.
Another low snap.
Woodland's got it.
They've got it.
Woodland,
yes.
I think, has got it. Still
They
waiting for
should.
the official signal.
Well, one of the linemen for Central's trying to get in there and get it, but Woodland was on it originally.
They're going to give it to Central.
Wow.
How about that? I thought Woodland had that ball.
And it looked like Noah Young was the one that had the ball. Wow.
It's the loss on the play back to the 38-yard line. That's a loss of 3, so it'll be third down and 18. The Warriors need to get to the 20 of Woodland. Clock hits 5 minutes to play, second quarter. Colts lead 7-0.
Well, the last two snaps have been low, and the quarterback's had a hard time coming up with it clean.
Kramer is in the shotgun. Flag on the play before the snap. It's a false start against Central, so that's going to push them back even further. It'll now be third down and 23. Still not quite as bad as North Little Rock had last week, wearing jerseys that look kind of like these Central jerseys. In that Fayetteville game, North Little Rock faced a third down and 41 and a third down and 46 in the second half.
Yeah, that was once as unusual, twice as crazy.
Kramer keeps it, and he runs right into a defender, and he's going to be taken down near the line of scrimmage. Noah Young on the tackle. Also look like Turner might have been in there.
18 on the tackle.
And it will be fourth down. Ooh, LeBlanc came through and nearly blocked that. It's a high punt, and it's going to take a Central roll back inside the 20. They'll knock it down at the 18-yard line, and that's where Woodland will start with 3:49 to play before halftime.
Yeah, I thought for a moment he was going to get a piece of that. I mean, the blocker kind of helped lift him up in the air. This is the second quarter, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay, they still have first quarter on the scoreboard, and it's like,
I think they've had some trouble.
yeah, a bit some issues with.
Pretty sunset here over Harbor Wildcat Stadium on first down. Garton gets across the 20, and he's gone. He's at the 30. I don't think they'll catch him. He's at the 40, midfield, the 40, the 30, the 20. Being tracked down from behind at the 10. He's going to be taken down at the 5-yard line.
What a great run.
That's some incredible speed there, too, by Central to take down Charlie Garton from behind. That might be the first time I've ever seen him run down before.
Yeah, I can't recall a time when he's been run down before. And great job by the offensive line. Opened that hole. And off he went.
Looked like it was Sion Wilson who took him down, but not before a gain of 77. First and goal. We'll give it to Griffin Micus, runs left side, and he's going to get taken down at the 2.
It is no good.
What on earth is
I think,
he talking about?
I think the public address announcer thought that was a touchdown.
Yeah.
Because after he ran to the 2, He said the play was no good.
That's
All right.
okay.
Okay, second and goal.
Oh, goodness.
2:38 to play before halftime. Kilpatrick, with Mike is standing next to him, takes it. Kilpatrick will keep it himself, and this time it's good. It's a touchdown. 2 yards for Kilpatrick. And the Colts have gone ahead 13-0.
Great job. Everybody blocked to the right, and the left was wide open, and he could just waltz right into the end zone.
Noah Young will snap. Cole Mobley will hold. And Emerson Early will attempt an extra point for the second time tonight. Central has to run a couple of players off late. They had 13 on the field. Early's extra point is good. He tucks it just inside the right upright. And with 2:26 to play before halftime, the new score. Woodland 14, Central nothing. This is Woodland Colt football. We're back in Springdale. 2:26 to play before halftime. Woodland leads Central 14-0 after a 2-yard touchdown run by Caden Kilpatrick. Set up by a 77-yard run by Charlie Garton. Garton over 100 yards already tonight. He had a 15-yard touchdown run on the Colts' first possession. Emerson Early tees it up here. It's an onside kick. And it's going to go out of bounds. I don't know if he meant to onside kick it, Blair, but he spiked it off the turf. And it goes out of bounds at the 42-yard line. So Central will take over with good field position with under 2.5 to play before halftime.
Obviously, they're worried about Central's return game. Maybe that was a new form of the sky kick. Well, the defense has definitely kept the Central offense in check. We'll see if that can hold true for the remaining 2:26 of the second quarter.
A lot of times when kickers want to onside kick it, they'll actually set the ball down next to the tee. It helps them get a little bit better spin and guarantee they're going to hit it off the turf. Here they're going to run Wilson. A great pursuit. Look at that. Joe Thomas with a wonderful tackle back behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 2. Sometimes when you tee a ball up and you top the ball, it can cause it to go into the turf. And I think that might have been what he did there.
Did a little too well. Got a lot of. Well, that's the thing. You practice and practice, and it always comes out different every time you kick it.
Second down and 12. Clock runs inside of 1:45 to play before halftime. The Warriors need to get to the Woodland 43-yard line. And Kramer's going to run right into the teeth of the Woodland defense again. Gets a yard. Joe Thomas on the tackle again. Really like the look of the Woodland linebackers. Thomas and Turner. Noah Young.
Very active.
Timeout taken by Woodland. Stops the clock with 1:31 to go before half.
See Coach Crockett talking to his defense across the way. And they still have 2 timeouts remaining, correct?
I believe that's true.
The scoreboard's not correct, but 1:31 to go, so they should, by all accounts, get the ball back if they can hold them here on this 3rd and long.
It'll be 3rd down and 11. Central's at the 46-yard line. Needs to get to the Woodland 43. Kramer comes out in the shotgun with Adams standing behind him. They go play action. He rolls left. He's being pursued by LeBlanc. Gets away. Gets across midfield. And he's near first down yardage. It'll depend on the spot. Garton took him out of bounds. And he's got the first down. He needed 11, and he got 11. And he also got away from Derek LeBlanc, and we haven't seen too many players do that this year.
No, not at all. He managed to just get that first down by the length of a football.
Clock runs, 1:10 to play before halftime. Central with one of its more promising drives of the half. Kramer runs left side. LeBlanc throws him backward after a gain of a yard.
And another low snap.
Boston Turner, Charlie Garton also in on that tackle. Central doesn't look like they're in too big of a hurry here.
Yeah, a little surprised at the lack of urgency on their part.
35 seconds, inside of 35 seconds to play before halftime. They may only snap it one more time, Blair.
Yeah, I believe Woodland's going to get the ball to open the second half, too.
Kramer, it's a low snap. Garton's coming off the edge. He rolls away from the pressure, throws. That pass is incomplete. What an incredible pass breakup by Brody Jones.
Nicely done.
Yes, it was.
Timed that perfectly.
Pass was intended for Max Stewart, and Jones got in there right at the last second, just punched it away. That stops the clock with 17 seconds to go before the half. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for Central. The Warriors need to get to the Woodland 33 from the 42-yard line. Takes it. Kramer goes play action, being pressured, throws, and the pass is incomplete. 3 players were I'm sorry.
Yeah.
3 Woodland players were bringing pressure. It was Thomas and LeBlanc and Garton. And we said it a couple of times. The PA guy here is
a character.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Yeah, we've got a timeout. Central's going to take its final timeout of the half with 12 seconds to go.
Well, interesting. All right, they're going to try to score, but you want to make sure you get enough, you burn enough clock, because really, do you want Woodland getting the Colts would love to have one more snap.
Yeah, especially from this part on the field.
Yeah. Because an incomplete pass will give it to the Colts right there at their own 42, and as we know, that is, they can score from there in one play.
I've been really impressed with this 8th grade defense through the first
salty
10 quarters this year.
Yes. They've only given up 8 points all year. And were those 8 on the opening drive at Oakdale?
Might have been. I don't remember.
But they've stiffened up.
Well, Central will go for it on 4th down from its 42-yard line. 4th and 9. Kramer being pressured from behind, and he's going to be taken down. Noah Young threw him down at the 47-yard line. A flag comes in at the end of the play. I think this is going to be a hold against Central, and Woodland's going to get the ball just inside of midfield. Still waiting for the call. I think the right tackle might have taken down a Woodland player, and he did. Yeah. Woodland will decline the penalty, and they will get the ball with 7 seconds to play on their 47-yard line. And this might be where you can see if you can get Mr. Jones or Mr. Garton behind the Central defense and just throw one up.
Yep. Coach Crockett taking the time out to go over what they want to do here.
I have been surprised before, but I would be very surprised if a quarterback this age could make it to the goal line. And so what you're probably wanting to do is just, it looks like they're just going to take a knee, Blair.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to worry about throwing it deep, I don't think. They do take a knee, and that'll be the end of the half. Good half for Woodland. The Colts will get it first in the second half with a 14-0 lead over Central. We'll be back for the start of the third quarter in about 10 minutes. This is Woodland Colt football. All right, we're back. Getting ready to start the second half. Woodland will get the ball first. Central will kick the ball off for the first time tonight.
Wind's still whipping around, though, whipping the flags on top of the scoreboard.
Yeah, and it's shifted a little bit, too.
Yes.
It had been blowing out of the east, and it's kind of blowing a little bit more out of the southeast now. Look at this, taking on the run at the 30. This is Garten across the 40. Charlie Garten tries to get outside, but he's going to be taken down. Nice open field tackle that time for Central after a gain of 11 on the return.
If he just could have gotten around that edge.
Austin Sandoval on the tackle. Woodland will start. 7:41 to play third quarter at their own 41-yard line. Just kind of looks like fall outside, doesn't it, Blair?
Yes.
Days are getting a little bit shorter.
Still warm.
Winds are starting to shift a little bit. I mean, it's still warm, but
Well, it's cool in the morning and then warm in the day.
oh snap. Kilpatrick on first down rolls away from the pressure and then throws it away. I don't know if he was looking for anybody in particular. Brody Jones was in the neighborhood, and it's 2nd and 10.
One of the rare missteps, if you will, by the offense tonight. They have been dialed in this evening.
2nd down. Garten takes it, keeps it himself across the 45. I'm sorry, this is Kilpatrick. And he's got it out near the 49-yard line. A gain of 8, it'll bring up 3rd down and 2. Lights of Marvest Ballpark are shining off in the distance as the Northwest Arkansas Naturals wind down their season. This will be a false start, and that'll move the Colts backward 5 yards. See the beautiful Arkansas Children's Northwest off in the distance. And we had a child there for 3 days earlier in the summer. What a great facility that is.
Yes, we are very blessed in this state to have them.
Absolutely. Not just them, but the main campus down in Little Rock. As
Yes.
Kilpatrick takes it on 3rd down, and he runs over his own receiver, and he's going to be out of bounds. Back at the 49-yard line, it'll be 4th down and 2.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of us have visited that campus down in Little Rock.
Oh, yeah. Woodland keeps its offense on the field. They're at their own 49-yard line. They need to get to the Central 49. Kilpatrick takes it. They're going to go here. He's got the first down across the 45 of Central and a lot more. Across the 40. He's at the 30, the 25, and taken out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
Boy, what a great play call. He had ample room to the right, and there was no doubt he was getting the first down.
On 4th and 2, Kilpatrick goes for 27. Clock runs 6:09 to play third quarter. Woodland leading 14-0 and looking for more. Kilpatrick with Micus. I'm sorry, this is Garten. Garten takes the handoff, runs forward for a couple. On top of the scoreboard, Harbor proudly waves a flag that says 2009 state champions. They beat Fort Smith Southside that year in the state title game. They've been to 3 state title games, and they came up on the losing end against Fayetteville in 2007 and 2015. 2nd down run. Rico Johnson is taken down in the backfield, back at the 24-yard line. Kramer on the tackle, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Fayetteville beat Harbor in both of those championship games, by the way, 28-7. That was the final score in both games. And both years, those teams had played a fantastic game in the regular season that Harbor won by 1 point both times. I think it was like 42-41 one year and maybe 49-45 or 49-48 or something like that the other. They played some great games at Fayetteville and Harbor. On third down, Garton tries to break a tackle, but he's going to come up short of the first down marker. A gain of just 4, and that'll be fourth down. I believe they're out of field goal range right here, and they'll go for it. Clock runs inside of 4.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. It'll be fourth down and 6 for the Colts. They need to get to the Central 14. Patrick on fourth down, looking toward the end zone, and it is incomplete. Mobley tried to make a one-handed catch, and he just couldn't pull it in. Nice effort. And Woodland's going to turn it over on downs. Central will take over at the 20.
Almost had the touchdown. Good placement of the pass, just maybe a little further ahead, but hey, you can afford to take luxuries like that when you're playing defense as well as the Colts are tonight.
Fayetteville's had a couple of memorable games at this stadium, Blair, against Harbor.
Yes,
of course,
they have over
one
the course
last
of the
year.
years.
Caden Turner had a big interception that helped put that game away. We were here 3 years ago, and that was the night that Harbor found out at kickoff that they were having to forfeit games and wouldn't be eligible for the playoffs. And that was a bizarre night, to say the very least.
Yeah, and they were trying to spoil Fayetteville's.
There was a substitution infraction against Central, so that'll move the Warriors back to the 15-yard line. It'll be first down and 15. Best Fayetteville Harbor game I ever saw was at Harmon, though. Fayetteville scored a go-ahead touchdown with like 17 seconds left. And the coaches ran down from the press box. I was standing in the end zone. There's a story here in just a second. First and 15, they throw. That pass is almost intercepted. And if Charlie Garton gotten his hands on it,
He was gone.
yeah, it would have been 6. Fayetteville scored to go up on Harbor in that game, and Fayetteville coaches came down from the press box. Everybody, hey, congratulations on the win. They said, well, we hadn't won yet. Sure enough, Harbor takes the kickoff back 92 yards for the touchdown and wins it. Not quite a walk-off, but I think there were only about 7 or 8 seconds left.
About as close as you can get.
Yeah. And these players, and the reason Fayetteville and Harbor is relevant in these stories, because these players will one day play for those two teams.
Oh, yes. No question.
You ask me, Fayetteville Harbor has become Fayetteville's biggest rivalry. Delay a game is the call against Central, and so that'll move them back to the 10-yard line, and it'll be second down and 20.
Yeah, I would think so. And, of course, Harbor will try to tell you their rival is Bentonville, but
Well, Fayetteville might too.
yeah.
Somebody needs to beat Bentonville, though, to be able to claim a rivalry. I feel like they throw over the middle. That pass is incomplete. He had a receiver open. He just underthrew him, and now it'll be third down and 20.
Yeah.
Bentonville looks beatable this year. Conway beat them. Fayetteville beat Conway.
But until someone knocks them off,
I know.
the road to the conference championship's going to go through Bentonville.
Am I
But it
right
should
that
be
Bentonville
fun
comes
this
into
year.
the season with like a 33, 34 game conference win streak?
Yes.
I don't think they've lost in conference play in about 4 or 5 years.
It's weird. They've owned the Bulldogs in the regular season, but in the playoffs,
Fayetteville's gotten better.
the Bulldogs
several
have their
times.
number.
Yeah.
It's really odd.
Of course, Fayetteville's lost to Bentonville a couple times in the championship game. They've beaten them several times in the playoffs, too. That pass is caught by Sandoval, but he's well shy of the first down. It'll be it'll be fourth down and 11 from the 19-yard line. Clock runs, 3:18 to play, third quarter. Woodland leads Central 14-0.
And the defense just continues to hold Central in check. And Normally Central's pretty salty on offense, but this Colt defense is pretty salty as well.
Renner Jester is the punter. Gets it off. This is not a good kick. He may have hit his own player, actually. Brody Jones gets away from it. Boy, it rolled back toward him. And fortunately, it didn't hit him. Central's going to get the ball from 39-yard line.
Yeah, it always makes you a little nervous when the punt returner gets up close like that to look at it.
I don't know that Jones realized that it was rolling back toward him.
Yeah, all these punts tonight have had a lot of action after they hit the turf. The best thing you do is just clear out and get away from it. Don't even give it a chance to hit you.
Clock is running, 2:37 to play third quarter. Woodland leading 14-0, looking for more here as it starts a drive on the central side of the field at the 39-yard line. Kilpatrick with Garton standing next to him. Takes the snap. Looking over the middle. He's got Mobley, but it's intercepted. Sandoval came through at the last minute across the 30, and he gets laid out.
Ooh, there's a
flag
flag
comes in at the end. I think this flag is not related to the hit, but that was a big hit.
Yeah, they came at about the same time. And we've got a Colt shaking up a little bit.
Sandoval. Mobley was open, running down the middle of the field, and Sandoval, the safety, stepped in at the last second and made a great read.
That's Joe Thomas a little slow to get up.
Thomas was the one who made the tackle. He's walking off on his own power. It looks like he might be favoring his shoulder a little bit. They'll take him over to the sideline and have a look. We've also got to figure out what this flag is about. It's going to be Central ball. There's no doubt about that.
Blindside block on Central on the return.
Okay. So that'll move them back a number of yards. They will mark the ball at the 18-yard line. 2:14 to play in the third quarter. Thomas goes off the field. You know, he's made a lot of big plays defensively for them. Mentioned him earlier, one of the really good linebackers for the Colts.
Trainers over there looking at it.
First down from the 18. They give it to Adams, runs up the middle, and Boston Turner knocks him backward after a gain of about a yard. Well, there's a pretty good Turner playing linebacker for the Purple Dogs.
Yes, there is.
And Boston Turner playing here for the Colts isn't that bad either.
It's almost like Fayetteville's becoming known for its linebackers. They're really solid.
Minute and a half to go third quarter. Second down here for Central, 2nd and 9. From the 19-yard line, they clear out the backfield. Kramer, pretty good protection. Now has to get away from LeBlanc. Throws, pass is caught across the 25. This is a big gain across the 30. Adams is going to be taken down at the 37-yard line. Lucky he didn't have that ball poked away from behind because he kind of threw it out there as he broke the tackle, and the Woodland players just couldn't swipe it away.
And a rare first down for Central.
There's a flag.
Okay.
There's a flag over on the far side of the field in front of the Woodland bench at the 23-yard line.
Yeah.
And I think this one's going back.
Well away from the play.
Oh, it's an ineligible receiver downfield. That happens sometimes whenever a quarterback has to buy so much time. The linemen just have a tendency to work their way downfield, and it's always one of the risks you run when you don't let go of the ball within a couple of seconds. One minute to play in the third quarter. Second and long, being pressured. Kramer gets away from it across the 15, the 20. Nice stiff arm across the 30-yard line, and he gets the first down yardage. Big run that time by Kramer, and he threw a nice stiff arm in there too.
Landon Chronister was making a beeline toward him after the snap. The snap was a little low, but he managed to get away. It's almost like the busted play's been their best offensive play tonight.
I would agree. Yeah, that and the one designed quarterback run.
Yeah.
Kramer with an open backfield. Takes it.
Another low snap.
Yeah, it's a false start before. False start before the snap. And so that'll move Central back 5 yards to the 25. 21 seconds to play in the third quarter. Central does not have to take another snap if it doesn't want to. We'll see what the Warriors decide to do. They could bleed this clock into the fourth quarter if they want, but it looks like they
actually huddled up.
Are going to get, yeah, I know. They're going to get one more snap off. Kramer with 4 wide and a tight end. Being pressured by LeBlanc. Throws. This is a screen. Across the 25, across the 30. And he's going to be taken down at the 33-yard line. Maddox Jones on the reception, and that's the end of the third quarter. Central trailing Woodland 14-0. You got 8 more minutes to decide the winner. This is Woodland Football. Get ready to start the fourth quarter. Central trailing Woodland 14-0. They've got a second down here from their own 33-yard line. Kramer, the quarterback, big run across the 40. He's at midfield. Can they catch him? He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. And that's a touchdown for Central. They go in from 67 yards out. And Blair, like what you talked about a minute ago, it's the broken plays that seem to be the ones that hurt Woodland the most tonight.
No question about it. And Kramer running the ball, I can't speak. But Kramer running the ball has been their best offense, no question about it. Boy, he just got to the edge and took off. I was really surprised no Colts were able to catch up to him.
Central's going to go for 2, it looks like. This would make it a 14-8 game if they make it. If they don't, it would force them to score another touchdown and go for 2 to tie it.
They must not have a kicker.
7:47. It's a direct snap. Kramer is in.
Yep.
Nice tough yardage that time by Kramer. Caps off his 67-yard touchdown run with a 2-point conversion, and with 7:42 to play, it just got a lot more interesting. Woodland 14, Central 8. This is Woodland Colt Football. We're back in Springdale. Woodland leads 14-8. We're going to get the ball here. Mobley will call for a fair catch and takes it at the 35-yard line. 7:42 to play, fourth quarter. It has been all Woodland, but the Colts have also come away empty-handed a time or two on the central side of the field. And now the Warriors finally with a breakthrough touchdown on a 67-yard run by their quarterback.
And a little momentum to go with it right now. Colt offense needs to move the sticks, get that momentum back.
Woodland was on the central side of the field the last time it had the ball and threw an interception. Kilpatrick's the quarterback, gives it to Garton. Garton up the middle across the 40. Nice run on first down out to the 41-yard line.
Makes it nice, you know, you're going to pick up at least 6 yards on the.
Now, correction, that was Micus. Physically, he and Garton look very similar. Now, Garton's got a different gear than not just him, but anybody else on the field.
Yeah, and that stiff arm.
Second down and 4. Kilpatrick keeps it himself. Runs right side, breaks a tackle, spins away, still on his feet, and falls forward, shy of the first down yardage, but he makes it third and short.
And did a nice job of holding on to the football. They were coming at him. They're starting to sell out totally now up the middle, Matt. They're sending everybody.
Third down and 1. Woodland needs to get to the 45-yard line. 6:16 to play. Big play in this game. Kilpatrick in the shotgun. He'll keep it himself. Runs right side. And second effort's going to get the first down yardage. Great run that time by Caden Kilpatrick. He was met all the way back at the 40-yard line, got away, and then fell forward for a 3-yard gain.
Looked like they had him momentarily, but
Cameron Bisbee had him back 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage and just couldn't get him.
nope. Kept those feet turning. He knew where he wanted to go.
That'll work the clock. 5:52 to play. Clock continues to run. I think this is Garton. Yeah, it is. Steps to the left. Bad snap. Kilpatrick goes off the turf to get it. Runs across midfield on the central side of the field. And he'll be taken down to the 48-yard line. Gain of 5 on a low snap. Second down and 5.
Didn't have anybody wide that time. They were just going to power football. Let's see if we'll set them up for maybe a little pass. But, hey, if you're running like Woodland is tonight, why stop?
Clock continues to run. 5:07 to go. Yeah, there's the parent check.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of junior high football. Kilpatrick runs for a yard up to the 47. It'll be third down and 4.
Kind of late on the parent check.
Yes, I think they are. We may have a lot of kids waiting out in the parking lot after this one's over. Especially if Woodland gets a couple more first downs.
No doubt about it.
They can run this clock out pretty quickly.
Yeah, usually that comes at the end of the third quarter.
Under 4.5 to play. Clock continues to run. Third down and 4. Woodland leading 14-8. And they need to get to the 43-yard line. It's Garton up the middle. What a strong run across the 40, and he's got the first down.
Great job by the O-line.
8-yard run that time by Charlie Garton. We talked about it earlier. He's always had the speed, but it looks like he's showing more power this year than he did a year ago.
Just keep moving the chains. Hang on to the football because now they're going to be grabbing for it. You need to make sure you got both hands on it.
4:07, clock runs. Woodland's in No hurry to take this snap. 10 on the play clock. Call comes in. They come up to the line. 5 on the play clock. 4. Kilpatrick in the pistol.
Oh,
and we've
false
got
start.
movement. Both sides were moving, but I think this is going to be a false start on the right tackle.
Moved just a little too fast.
It was Boston Turner. Just flinched. Good to see Joe Thomas back out there, by the way, after he left the field a minute ago.
Well, the guys up front have just done a phenomenal job tonight.
Well, it moves him 5 yards back, but it also gives him a chance to work some more clock as the clock continues to run. 3:45 to go. Maybe you take that trade-off for the 30, 35 seconds that it gave you extra.
Yeah, no question. Not a bad penalty.
Kilpatrick, he is in no hurry to take this snap. Still 20 on the play clock. Now he'll take it. Gives it to Garton. Cuts across the 40, and he's going to be wrestled backward there. Got the penalty yardage back out to the 39-yard line. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. 3:13 clock runs.
Well, they are just blowing a hole through the middle of that central defensive line.
He brought Rico Johnson on as a tailback, and I think Charlie Garton said, no, I want to stay out here.
Yeah, Mr. LeBlanc's in there at a tight end spot.
Yep. LeBlanc lined up on the right side of the formation. Mobley is the receiver that way. There's 2 receivers to the left side. Can't imagine they're going to throw it here. Garton keeps it. Look at this run across the 35 out to the 32-yard line. A gain of 7. It'll be 3rd down, and Central's going to take a timeout.
You're just following Boston Turner the whole way.
Well, if it wasn't against his team, the old college running back Broderick Green probably had to love that run.
Yes.
Just the patience that he exhibited.
His first year at Central, I believe.
Seems like more and more there are former Razorbacks up here in Northwest Arkansas coaching. Not just football, but all sports.
Yes. They like,
I think
what's
Kareem
not to
Reed
like
isn't
up here?
Isn't Kareem Reed coaching basketball here at Harbor?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's an assistant. Tommy Deffenbaugh.
Yep.
Then, of course, you have all the former Razorbacks coaching volleyball in the
Tim Carver, the former baseball players, the new head coach over at Springdale High School.
Let's see, Michelle Smith, Jessica Phelan.
Casey Dick.
Casey Dick.
Yeah.
I can't remember Cassie's married name now. Cassie, formerly Cassie Clark.
Former Cassie Clark, yep.
Head coach here at Harbor.
Garton, the 1st down across the 30, the 25, cuts upfield at the 20. He may be gone at the 15, the 10, the 5, reaches for the goal line, and the ball comes out at the 1.
That ought to do it.
31-yard run that time by Charlie Garton. If there's such a thing as too good of a run, that might have been it, because now it almost guarantees that Central's going to get the ball back offensively. Of course, Woodland with a chance to maybe put the dagger in with a touchdown here. 2:11 to go. Clock continues to run.
You've got to score here.
Garton comes out. Mikish comes on. Stands just to the left of Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick fumbled the ball, and Central's got it at the 5.
Oh, no.
Miscommunication. It looked like Kilpatrick was turning one way and expecting Mikish to be there. He wasn't there. Dropped the ball. And the Warriors fall on top of it with 1:54 to play. And Central was on life support a minute ago. Now with the ball and a chance to go ahead if they score. Max Stewart on the fumble recovery.
That's just the one thing you could not have happen. Well, the defense has been up to the task so far tonight.
They got to go 95 yards in 1:54. Clock starts. Titus Kramer, the quarterback, had the long touchdown run earlier. This time runs up the middle, and he's thrown backward after a gain of about 2.
Well, he's been the offense for them, but Can he do it all by himself? The PA announcer sounds rather deflated.
Noah Young on the tackle there. A lot of time is coming off the clock. 1:19 to go. And now
they're trying to
Central wants
burn
a timeout. Yeah.
Wow, they burned about what?
They took a lot of time off the clock.
Man.
Now there's a
That's
minute
good for us.
16 to go. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Central when play resumes. They still got to go 93 yards to tie it. Woodland leads 14-8. Colts scored both of their touchdowns in the first half. You know, Blair, last Friday, you and I talked about we haven't seen a 14-7 high school game in forever. Who would have thought that our 2 junior high games this week would be 8-0
Yeah.
and 14-8? Assuming the final score holds.
Yeah, if we're coming to your game, you better take the under.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, when's the last time a high school game was 14-7? For the Bulldogs, it's been quite a long time.
2nd and 8 from the 7-yard line. Titus Kramer keeps it himself again, runs up the middle again, and is taken down this time by Joe Thomas and Boston Turner. It'll be 3rd down. Clock continues to run. It'll be inside of a minute whenever Central takes this next step. 3rd down, 7 yards to go. They've got to get to the 15. Kramer rolls to his right, throws over the middle. That pass is incomplete. Sandoval was the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
Yeah, he wasn't even turned around yet when that ball was thrown or when it hit the turf. So don't let anybody behind you.
Well, this is the ball game. If Woodland can make a stop, the Colts, barring something crazy, are going to win and move to 3-0. Central's going to get to the 15-yard line to move the chains, and then they've got to hustle. 4th down. They've got a tight end to the right side. 4 receivers. Kramer being pressured by Young, throws it deep down the field, and that pass is caught at the 45-yard line of Central. Kramer took a big hit as he let it go by Noah Young, and just what an incredible catch that time by Sion Wilson. That almost flips the field.
Wow.
42-yard reception. It'll be 1st down from the 49. Clock continues to run. 40 seconds to go. Central, I think, has 1 timeout left, and now we've got a flag.
False start.
And no signal yet. It is a false start against Central. Do we have the 10-second runoff?
That's a good question.
I don't think we do.
No, I don't think so. They're not motioning for the scoreboard to run time. But
in a college or program, that would be a 10-second runoff unless the team had a timeout to avoid it. 1st and 15. They throw over the middle again. This is Sandoval with the reception at the 40. Brody Jones with the tackle. Clock stops. 23 seconds to play. And now Central's going to take what has to be its final timeout.
Yeah, exact same play. Set the man in the slot just straight up the middle.
Well, the good news if you're Woodland is they've still got to go 40 yards, and there's only 23 seconds, and they don't have any timeouts. The bad news is that they've thrown a couple of passes deep successfully in the last couple of plays.
Yeah, and he can get it there, as he showed on the play previous to that one. That was 45 yards in the air, so he can get it to the end zone, or at least get it close enough where it's a problem.
With 23 seconds left on the clock.
If you're Woodland, can you sack him? If you sack him in bounds, it's probably ball game over. This is a different quarterback, Blair. This is Renner Jester.
Okay.
They bring Wilson in motion. They'll give it to Wilson.
Oh,
They'll run a
trickeration.
reverse. Now they throw it back to Jester. Now he's throwing deep, and that pass is intercepted. Ball game over. Brody Jones with the interception. And the Colts are going to hang on. Whew.
The old flea flicker.
off of a double reverse.
Yeah.
All right, this is where you say line it up, take a knee, and let's go home. It was it's always fun to win in high school, but there's something about winning in junior high and getting to go to school the next day and celebrate it, whereas high school, you don't get to see everybody until Monday. Yeah, that's right.
No question about it.
We're just going to run the clock here.
Yeah.
It's over.
So the Colts 3-0, and the big one next week.
With Rainey at Harmon Field. We'll be back next week for the 7th grade game at 5:30. The 8th grade game will follow. The 8th grade Colts tonight moved to 3-0 with a 14-8 win over Central Junior High here at Harbor High School. We appreciate you joining us, and we'll see you again next Thursday. Have a good night, everybody.